Hello, everyone in the internet world. This is a new episode with Comics con Sabor. Today, this episode not by myself, but with a new trusted individual, our friend, aka known as Evil, Alex.
Sup, Mario? How's it going?
What's up, Alex? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay, dude. I'm doing super well.
That is good to hear, buddy. Thank you for joining us in today's episode of Comics con Sabor.
Yeah, not a problem. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to help out and yeah, I don't know, join in the festivities, I guess. I'm a complete comic noob, unfortunately, but maybe we'll provide a a new perspective on things.
That's right, a different take of of a newbie reader to a veteran comic book reader. So for today's episode, guys, we read from Wildstorms, Number of the Beast. This was how many times did you read it, Alex?
I just read it the once. I maybe like skimmed through it again after the fact, but I kind of had to process it a couple days after the fact just to try and see if I could make sense of everything.
Okay. Oh, excuse me, guys. And tell me, what is it that you thought of the book?
I I think the first thing that kind of leapt out at me it was that I was missing a lot. I, I had to do a little research like online after I read it. It seems like this is like some kind of big event book that was supposed to happen, I guess, kick off things in a new direction for
Yes, for
Wildstorm.
Wildstorm. Yeah, this was a thing. This was the first one for the other two events,
Okay.
which the other one was Ent World, but it didn't even finish. That is the Sabor.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like after 10, 11 issues, I think, like, yeah.
Just crash and burn.
Just crash and burn, man. Just crash and burn. Cause this was the last stitch from Wildstorm to make a big impact again in the comic book world. And yeah. So I want to hear your take on it. Like, see, what is it that you thought of Number of the Beast specifically?
I again, a lot of it was like me was being lost and trying to figure out everything what was going on.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't sure if these heroes were like established or if they're just kind of introduced into this into the book. Like I assume the main people that you're dealing with in the book are new characters or like super old characters because like they're stuck in like the 1940s or something, right?
Yes, the old school characters. Yes.
Okay, and are they like original characters, or were they like old characters that they're kind of reintroducing?
Well, there were old characters that they were trying to reintroduce, because it all happened with, oh my god, with what the hell was this guy's name?
Supposed to know this stuff, buddy.
Yeah, buddy, but it's
You're like Mr. Encyclopedia for comic books.
I know that ain't that the craziest part? What's this boy's name? Oh, the High. It all started with the High. And cause supposedly like all the heroes from the 40s, this thing happened, and after the High just crashed into the literally it's like the Bled, which is where
I thought it was like Skywatch or Stormwatch or something like that.
Skywatch, yeah. But that's the satellite from where the Authority, which pretty much their big ship was called the Bled.
Was that the ship, or is that like the dimension in between dimensions where the ship lives?
Yeah, because supposedly the ship was from that dimension.
Uh-huh.
So but yeah, and that takes from that, and like those characters were like the original heroes. Like everybody, like there was still even like a little throw at Superman with the High.
Yeah, he was because they were like trying to kill him or weaken him with some kryptonite-like thing.
Exactly, yeah.
But then he's like, nah, I took care of that in the 70s. I don't have that weakness anymore.
Exactly how, yeah. So it was crazy, but it was one of those. When I read it again, I'm like, wow. The problem that I had with the book when I read it again, and it reminded me, is that it sounded like bits and parts from like different other books,
Yeah.
and like putting it into one.
Yeah, I
So
kind of got like a Watchmen vibe from it too, just because like they were
exactly,
like new characters.
yeah. You introduce like the original characters from the Watchmen, and then you get
Yeah.
like guys from the Watchmen, but then there's this thing that happening with, like they said, when the Authority comes out and they think they're the bad guys.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
They kind of fight each other.
exactly. And then they created like the super weapon out of the Hive.
I think that was a really dumb idea.
Yeah, it was. It was really,
They're like,
really
okay, hey, we're gonna clone the High, and then we can't control his clones, so we're gonna put them in missiles.
missiles for them to destroy everything, but you can't control what they're destroying.
Yeah, and then they have like a 60-minute timer on him so that
Exactly. Before they,
blows up.
yeah,
But he can like fly anywhere. Like that doesn't seem like he can like, I think he can get far in like 60 minutes and blow something else up that
exactly.
you're not trying to aim at.
Yeah. So I'm like, what are you guys trying to do? And then it's funny because after with this finish, they try to fix a lot of the stuff with World's End. That didn't help either.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because the way the book ended too was very grim. I was like, wow. Okay, what? This is how it ends. Like, where do we go from here?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then when they try to do the explanation, it's like it doesn't kind of make sense right away. It's like it's one of those books that I'm like, wow, really, Wildstorm? Like, you really wrote that?
They really printed it and put it out there for people to buy.
Yeah, it's people to buy and suckers to read right here.
Yeah. Thanks, Mario.
You're welcome. You're welcome, buddy. At least you bought the digital.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got your original. And then yeah, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, the whole premise seems like really stupid. Even when they explained it after the fact, I'm like, what? Why does it make any because they took all the old heroes from the 40s. They had this ship that like crash landed way back then, and they have like this kind of like, I don't know, Matrix-like technology where they can kind of put people to sleep and they share like this shared dream worlds.
Yeah, it was like, okay, let's stop the heroes from the 70s or the 40s and put them inside the Matrix.
And yeah, and they're basically living out this like a doomsday scenario over and over again. But like for what? Like to train them, to make them? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it got like, it's funny because like whenever they would die, then they will come out of the Matrix, out of the simulation, out of the number of. Then they will have to get killed in there and put back into the system.
Yeah, I don't know how it cycles back. I don't know if because they said when they introduced the two last guys into the simulation, that's when things started to like break apart.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know that anyone ever like woke up out of the simulation and had to be put back in. I don't know, but I don't know other than that how it's supposed to normally cycle back.
Yeah, because like even when the book started, like when the process just began to start off when the High woke up, and the High got introduced with Dr. Sin. But then Dr. Sin got out.
Yeah.
And they don't truly say, okay, if he got out, then why you guys didn't put him back inside the system?
Yeah, I think because they only had like the two guys in that station, kind of looking over everything.
Yeah, and then and then that's another thing that doesn't make sense. I'm like, you have literally like a band of heroes and villains, and you only have two people watching the whole system.
Yep. And it's crazy to think that like in all that amount of years, nothing ever, like no one has ever died in the simulation, even though the simulation is simulating Armageddon, where people, like tons of people, everyone's dying left and right.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like, it doesn't make sense. And then when the Authority kick in, like, the modern age heroes,
right?
Like, they just start fighting each other for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, that'd be a cool thing. Let's bring our current characters and have them fight the old school characters.
Exactly, yeah. So let's bring the new characters and let's start fighting. Yeah, this was, oof.
Yeah, the whole thing didn't seem very well thought out.
And you know what's the sad part about it? Wildstorm, this was their main like book for like they planned this whole 3-part issue story for like a good part of a year.
Wow.
And yeah, crash and burn,
This came out when, like in '08?
something like that, like oh 08.
Okay.
It was because it was yet again their last attempt to be meaningful again. Because I think DC already bought it. Like they were like closing to buy them out already.
Hmm.
Bought them out already. And but this was their last attempt to like to steal with the universe. But nope,
Yeah, no, didn't
it
didn't
didn't.
work out really well.
Yeah, it's like the planning. It was really bad. And then the following issues that it came out, like World 10, I'm like, oof,
Uh-huh.
this is bad. It's very bad.
It's a shame. Yeah, because I like some things of it. Like I like some of the characters in there. I like the art was mostly pretty good.
It was decent, yeah. The art was decent. Some of the part, but it's too many plot holes. There was spread too many directions. So yeah.
Yeah, especially for someone new coming into it like me, I'm like I fucking had to like play catch up a little bit to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah. And you as a new guy, what would you say? Like, this sucks.
Yeah, like I kind of liked like trying to figure out the mystery of it. But,
Hmm.
like just thinking back on everything, it's like this is not very good.
Yeah, and it's funny. That's coming you from like a newbie reader, and me that I've been reading this for like God knows when.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I think that this is my first like Wildstorm book I've ever read. I haven't read
Oh, really?
anything from them before.
Well, Wildstorm, they had some okay characters. They had some okay characters. They even
Yeah,
had
I was starting to come around on the high. He was pretty cool, even though the name is a little weird.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just crazy.
Yeah.
Because the high was
Maybe a little bit of Batman, Superman rolled in one.
yeah. It's funny because the high was they're supposed to be the first attempt to Superman. Because then after that was Majestic.
Is that the guy in like red and white?
That's right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's Majestic.
I was like, okay, because I saw him in like I think the last issue or something like that. He like, oh, that guy looks important. Who is
Yeah.
he? And he's only like there for like what, like 2-3 panels?
Exactly. Then they're like, oh, what happened to the strongest hero they ever had?
Yeah.
He just disappears. Because that was that was their second attempt for a Superman. It was Majestic.
Wow.
Yeah, they even did like a small crossover when DC, when they got introduced. That was
Oh
great.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out something with the bleed, and I think one of the pictures I saw was like Kyle Rayner discovering the bleed or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. But it was crazy. Yeah, I'm like for you guys over there, I really would not recommend this at all.
Yeah. For me, it really started falling apart really towards the end when they introduced the current, I guess, generation of heroes.
On the Authority.
Yeah, because I think they kind of expected you to have like some sort of relationship, and you know who these characters are, and I didn't know who anybody was or what their powers were.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that
Because
is.
there was that one scene like between what was it the doctor and that girl when
Okay.
the ship
Yeah.
was about to crash.
Mhm.
So like they had like this kind of romantic moment where she was gonna, I guess, guide the ship or move it into some other dimension. It was I really don't know what was going on even with the ship. It was like in between dimensions or something like that.
Yeah, because the ship it was used to be like the first and the last line of defense against like all the stuff that would come like from outer space to attack the Earth.
Uh-huh.
So the Authority were those guys that they would just go against that.
Okay.
So like whatever like big intergalactic threat, the Authority will be the first and the last guys.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, I'm like, oof.
Yep.
No, Number of the Beast to me was I disappointed because I was expecting a lot from when it first came out. When I first read it, I was like, wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was disappointed, very disappointed at Wallstrom with that one.
Yep. Very much so. Yeah, especially it was a other thing I wanted to mention too. The last moment where all the clones of the High were encircled around the Earth, about to explode,
Yeah.
and then the original the High he just goes flies up and kicks one of them
Uh
right
huh.
through the moon
Yeah. I'm
and then
like,
back to Earth. I'm like, what was the point of that? What was that?
makes no sense. I'm like, yeah.
Maybe he feels better after the fact. Like, I just want to punch something real hard.
Yeah, and he like destroys the moons,
Yep.
and by destroying the moons, well, literally, he destroys like oh my, it was just crazy. And then he comes
Yeah,
up.
that the moon being destroyed plus everything, all the highs around the Earth exploding at the same time, kind of knocked it off its axis and put in some new ice age, or I don't know.
Yeah, like it was just crazy.
Yeah.
It was just crazy. I was like, a very bad failed attempt in my part from Wildstorm to create a big event, which
And
yeah.
it kind of started out okay. Like I was fine, like just trying to piece together the mystery,
Mhm.
what's going on. Like, oh, this is
It,
could
it
be
has
interesting.
it has some potential, but I think it's like I don't know, like they kind of lost interesting like, to me while they were writing the story.
Right, or it just wasn't really well planned out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like I don't know, but yeah, to you guys, I really would not recommend for you guys to buy this. I will be
I
saving.
wouldn't even read it for free, knowing what I know now.
Wow. I'm saving you guys if you guys see it on the trade book. I'm saving you guys $20. I'm saving you guys $20. So yeah, don't even read it. If somebody gives you that's an insult. That's not a friend at all. Not a friend.
Rethink that relationship.
Yeah, rethink that friendship because yeah, he's douchey. He's douchey.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
Wow, really? The digital version? The digital version of Number of the Beast. That is funny.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow, that is messed up, buddy. Now, buddy, do you have a what new book would you recommend to our readers? You being a new reader yourself.
Yeah. There was a time like maybe 2 years ago or so where I was starting to kind of get into it.
Uh huh.
But yeah, I don't have necessarily a new book,
Okay.
but I figure with the timing of this stuff kind of resurging back into popularity, I think maybe it'll be a good idea for people to, if they haven't checked it out already, check out the first issue of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have to go back. I haven't read it in like a while, at least over a year. But
Okay.
I read I think the first like 12 or so issues, and yeah, it was really good. I love the art in that book. I love the writing. I love like the new kind of origin story of it.
Okay. Wasn't that the same origin story they kind of used for the movie now?
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know how the
Oh,
movie
okay.
explains that stuff.
The movie was kind of cool. I'm not
Okay.
gonna. I enjoyed it.
Are they still aliens or something in the movie? That's the last I heard of the
No,
movie.
no, no. They were born on Earth. They're not aliens.
Okay.
They're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, the comic book they kind of explain it away through reincarnation, basically.
Yeah.
It was kind of a cool idea.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. That's different. That's cool. Well, the new comic issue that I have to recommend for new readers and for new readers or everyone that wants to read a crazy, insane book is Invincible 113. This series, I think, is one of the best superhero books that I have ever read. I've been reading Invincible since wow, a long time since it first came out. And Invincible is insane. It is, I think, the bread and butter of Image when it comes to their superhero core. And this issue it's actually a continuation from a current event that they have right now against Robot. That one of the characters like he wants to take over the world, and Invincible is one of the last remaining heroes on Earth and stopping him. It's a very, very good issue, but if you guys want to start catching up into that, get Invincible 110 or 109. That's when the story arc begins. But I must tell people this is crazy. Invincible is
So even for people that don't know anything about it, that's a good starting point.
it's a good starting point. It's a good starting arc.
Okay.
Invincible is awesome. It's a book by Robert Kirkman, and those of you guys that know Kirkman, he does The Walking Dead. So this book is, I think, Image superhero bread and butter. I think it's been the flagship for Image in the superhero world for like the past few years. Because I think that Walking Dead has been their flagship for like a while too, for like a long time already. But yet Invincible is a very good book. Good introduction of new characters, some recycled characters in the Image universe, but it's a very good book, very good story for new readers out there just to read Invincible. That story arc, I think it begins with Invincible 109. So start from there, but Invincible 113 is crazy. In Invincible 112, something hilarious really happens to the poor boy. It's just funny. Whenever you guys read that, you'll be like, that's the expression that you guys will have.
Did that really happen? Kind of expression?
Yeah, because I have never seen that in a comic book ever.
Okay.
I don't recall seeing that. So I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, it was crazy. So yeah, I recommend that for you guys. New readers in there, or if you guys are our readers and you guys never gave Invincible a shot, give it a shot. You guys will not be disappointed. You guys will enjoy it.
Sweet, buddy. Yeah, I might have to. I've been curious of Invincible for a while. I was thinking of maybe getting into that eventually.
It's good. I have a few of the traits if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Next time I'll see you, like I'll bring you like a few of the traits, so you give it a look. It's raw.
Sweet. That's great. Yeah. I don't want none of that like Boy Scout type shit. Get the Superman out of my face.
See, why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta throw against my boy now?
I don't know. You left the door open. I had to go through it.
Yeah, I'm like, why people have to go against my boy? Come on now.
Yeah, man.
The greatest ever. Ever.
I'll let you believe that.
Well, I would say he's the greatest hero. Superhero, anyway.
Okay.
By character, I would say the Batman is more popular. But that's besides the point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, guys, with that said, thank you for watching another episode of Comics con Sabor. Thank you for Alex being a helping buddy.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun being here and helping out.
Helping out the cause, helping out again, innercitygeeks.com, because this is where you can find us, and you can find a lot of cool stuff over there with those guys.
Yep. Also have my podcast on there too. The
That's
Good Games
right.
podcast.
And what's your podcast about there, Alex?
Me and Frank, we talk all about video games. You may have heard Frank on other such Inner City Geeks productions like the Inner City Geeks podcast and Devil's Advocate movie reviews.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah, but check us out on Good Games podcast. It's right on the homepage, innercitygeeks.com.
Wow. And if people want to follow you, Alex, where can they follow you?
You can follow me at AlexNZ. And also, if you want to follow the Good Games podcast, we also have a Twitter feed there. It's Good Game Podcast. Or at Good Game Podcast, all spelled out.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, like we told you, you guys can follow us. You know where to follow Alex. You guys can follow me on Black Adam 001. I'm also part from Inner City Geeks. Thanks to Mr. Steven Salvador, which he's not here right now.
We wait for his eventual return.
For his eventual return, tier. Tier for daddy.
Oh, boo-hoo daddy.
Boo-boo daddy. Well, guys, I want to thank you for your time. If you guys have any comments that you guys want us to review, to talk about or comment, uh, you know where to find us, and we'll be here. And Alex, do you have any specific story arc that you would like to do next week?
Um, you know what? I'm not sure. I mean, I have some things that I personally would like to read, but I don't know if that would jive maybe with the show necessarily.
If
I'm
it's
thinking
if it's comic related, we give it a shot.
it's kind of yeah, because I'm either thinking of going either back to picking up Buffy again. I'm a Buffy fan.
Oh,
I left off in like the first arc of season 9, so I don't know if I'll pick that up. But I've also wanted to think about picking up the Avatar: The Last Airbender comics. See if because I haven't read any of those, and I think they fill in some of the backstory there or the events after the first show.
so that's before Legend of Korra.
Yes. Yeah, it kind of picks up where the first show, The Last Airbender, left off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about we do that then?
Okay.
We do that story of Avatar that leads to Korra.
All right. Sounds good.
And I know you're a Korra fan.
Man, season 3 just ended. Holy shit.
Really?
This show is back on top. It's fantastic.
Wow, look at you, boy.
Uh-huh. This is man. I don't know how they're gonna end this series. There's only one more season left.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, the way they left this, man, I don't know. It's kind of bittersweet the ending for season 3.
Uh-huh.
But man, wow, it's yeah, serious complications, serious consequences have happened.
Uh-huh.
I
Wow, look at you. Oh, get it. You're really hooked on Korra.
Yeah, man, I've been hooked since first season. I've been trying to tell everybody, but no one wants to watch it. Jerks.
I have a lot on my plate.
Uh-huh.
I just finished catching up with Fairy Tale myself. So you know what? If it's on Netflix, I'll give it a shot.
I think it's only on Amazon because I think they have that Nickelodeon has like exclusive deal with Amazon.
Okay.
So if you have Prime, I think the first 2 seasons might be out, and then you have to buy season 3. Oh, actually, you know what? Nick.com has season 3 right now entirely on their website.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if they have the previous. What was that?
Maybe you'll find it online.
Yeah, you're pretty good at that, I hear.
Yeah, buddy. Yes, ask Steve.
Yeah. But yeah, especially if you've watched the first Legend of the or God damn it, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
Yeah, this show is really good.
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. So you know what? Let's do that then. Let's read that out those issues that leads from the last Airbender to the Legend of Korra.
Yeah, I think they have like maybe 3 kind of story arcs.
Okay. So you want to what is 3 different volumes or 3 different issues?
I think no, it's 3 different volumes. I think they're
Volumes.
each maybe like 3 or 4 issues each. So it's
Okay.
not, so if
Want to read volume 1 first?
yeah, I'll figure out which one is the first one. I'll let you know, and then we can pick those up. Or if it's not a lot, maybe we could do the whole thing. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, depending like how big it is the story, we could probably do the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that works. That works fine.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thank you again for listening to this crazy rumbling people. Hopefully you guys enjoy the show, and we'll see you next week with Avatar.
Avatar Week, yeah. Not the blue people Avatar, the cool one.
That's right. Wow, that's right. Not the blue people. That's right.
Oh, we don't want no Navi in here.
Ooh, no Nabi here. No Nabi here.
Nope, nobody.
All right, buddy.
Later, buddy.
Later, buddy. Have a good one. All right, later, everybody.
Peace.